JD Talking Sports. We are live after a wonderful, wonderful time with some technical difficulty. And now the Instagram. Hey, we're live there too. Great, fantastic. JD Talking Sports. JD Talking Sports. We're live. Music off. Everybody, I hope you're all doing glorious. What a fantastic day. Yes, Jake Paul, El Gallo de Dorado. He said the Puerto Ricans named him for the fighting rooster. This is a man who fought 9 fights and is fighting every fucking fight on pay-per-view, and he thinks we give a shit to watch his fights. And he's fighting a guy, I don't even know who this guy is. I got to be honest with you. Who is this guy? He's fighting Ryan the Rhino Borland. Yes, let's look up Mr. 8-1. 8-1 freaking Jake Paul. 8-1. Dude, you can have 8,000 tattoos over your fucking body. You're still not a fighter in my book. Not even close. Not even close. Yeah, and you're fighting a guy, Ryan Borland. Okay, let's look up Ryan Borland. That's who you're fighting. You couldn't beat Tyson Fury's half brother. You lost to him. And Ryan Borland. He is from Dickinson, North Dakota. Let's look up Ryan Borland's 17-2, 6 knockouts, 1. Well, I guess he got knocked out in one of his fights. I don't know. This is something. So I saw this thing one day out from this shit, and I'm like, are you kidding me? Jake Paul is not a fighter. You know, God bless him. He thinks that the world wants to watch him fight. You know, I'd like him to fight an actual fighter now. You know, okay, 10 fights in. There's your 10th fight. Let's get up there and bring up the class of fighters. You know, train all you want. I'm glad I wouldn't get in a ring. I've been punched in the face. You know, hey, if I don't think we're the same weight class. I mean, right now we might be the same weight class. Yeah, what does he fight at? What is Jake Paul's weight class? Jake Paul. What are we fighting at, Jake Paul? Jake Paul weight class. Boxing. Okay. He is a cruiserweight. Upper limit of 200 pounds. Yeah, I can get there. His weight came in at 199.4 before his fight against seasoned boxer Andre August. Please. Come on, dude. That ain't fighting. That ain't fighting. That's horse shit. That's what that is. That's horse shit. Yeah, that's garbage. It sucks. It's bullshit. Yeah, I'm not. Please. And we had an interesting company, Jace. Chat is disabled on YouTube. What the fuck? How do I fix that? Oh, there you are. No, dude, it's working. Rob just said hi. So chat is not disabled. Working for Rob. Josh, is it working for you? He said it's disabled, but I'm doing working for Rob, not working for Rob. Working for Rob. So he's working, but Josh, it's not saying. I don't know. What's going on with you? It's not on my end, dude. I did the same thing I do Hey, there he is. Good afternoon. Okay, let's get right to it. Knicks are 2-7, their last 9. We have very big, interesting conversations. Josh is anti-Randall. Randall has never performed in the playoffs. Ever. Yeah. I don't know what the delay is, but something's okay. Anthony Mailtruck was going to come on. I don't think I'm seeing him. I was supposed to do with Purple Belt Mike and with Matthew from Company Jace. Did not happen because Mission's going to be home in about an hour. Rob texted me today. Knicks just didn't have enough. Don't have enough to beat good teams right now. Expecting more from guys like Dante. I thought Dante's played all right. Burks and Bogdanovich have played like shit the last couple games. And with OG and Reno still out, Hartenstein a shell of himself with Achilles. Yeah, I think that ship might have sailed for the season because he is not. Yeah, that's bothered. And he said the Knicks are totally missing Randall. Guys can step up offensively for a few games, but they aren't stars for a reason. Teams figure them out fast, and Brunson can't be a one-man machine. I don't care if he's Jordan. He needs 4 of the guys to be. He needs guys helping him out. Yeah, the offense when he isn't dominating offense struggles. Say what you want about Randall. He can get to the rim and score and draws double teams, which creates open looks for others. I agree. Brunson needs more help. DD's trying. Hardenstein isn't healthy. And he said, so many trash Randall. They regret that shit now. I said, they're messing with you. He goes, nah, they're serious. And I said, haters hate. And he said, there's one in our specific chat, which was Josh. And Josh does the Forrest Gump. Hello. Hi, Lieutenant Dan. Lieutenant Dan. Why don't you love me, Johnny? Johnny, why don't you love me? You know, that whole movie, like they made AIDS a beautiful thing in that movie, which really fucked up. I'm watching Spaceman with Adam Sandler. I don't recommend it to anybody. It is dragging like a motherfucker. Don't recommend it at all. Okay, so now we're back to what we were talking about. Josh has 0 defense now. That's what Rob says. 2-7 last night, which I already said. I said it's more than Randall's. He's just one man. And Josh says it's not going to change the fact I don't like Randall's games. I said facts. Until he shows up for the playoffs, I said, that won't change. I got a love from Josh. And that got Rob going. So Rob says you cannot like his game and still recognize he's a good player. I didn't like Harden's game, but that didn't change the fact that in his prime, he was a damn good player. And I said, well, Harden's MVP. I said discussion, but Harden has won. How many MVPs is Harden MVPs? Let me look that up. Because that's what I don't want to get off what I'm talking about. Harden MVP has won. Harden won the MVP. What was this? First and only MVP. Who won MVP 2005, 2000? No. I want to know when Harden, James Harden MVP year. Why can't you just give me the fucking year, guys? Can you just give me the year? 2017-18. Jesus Christ. That's what I said. I said Harden, has been in MVP discussions. Actually won. Randall, none. And Rob goes, if that's what you took from my comment, you need to read it again. That's what he said. You got to read it again. Because what he meant, he meant that, that even though he doesn't like Harden's game, he respects Harden. Well, Harden has actually been to the Eastern Conference. And then Josh chimes in. Harden was a ghost of the playoffs during crunch time, a bum. Westbrook, too. Westbrook's been to a finals early in his career with OKC. Okay? I hear what you're saying. He goes, nowhere did I compare how good, Rob said, one to the other. I compared my ability to not liking one player's game and being able to still recognize he was a good player to Josh's inability to do so. So them are fighting words. He said, you guys do a great job of picking out 1 or 2 words of a sentence, ignoring the rest of the words, and inserting your own words that have 0 to do with the first statement. I hope y'all don't do that at work. And I was like, work, man? What are you talking about? Work? Work? What work? What are we talking about? Work? I thought that was hilarious. You can get Rob riled up in a second. HTJ, hot take Johnny, he gets riled up in a second. And he said, I can't have honest basketball. Rob says, I can't have honest basketball talk with someone who calls former MVP bums. And Josh goes, how many rings do those guys have, sir? For all their greatness, no championships. And in the fourth quarter of every reported game, those guys were terrible on the floor. In finals games, in conference finals games, and I mean a bum during crunch time, the most important time. That's what Josh said. So Rob right back goes, so no rings means bum. Barkley should have got a ring. That team around him, they should have beat. That was a damn good team, and he tried to will them to win with Johnson and all them. They had some good teams, man. Marley, everybody. Malone, hey, 2 shots, he got it. Jordan did not get it done. Stockton, Ewing, hey, Jordan said you had your shot, didn't get it done. People are going to blame Starks for the, 3 for 16? What was it, 3 for 20, 3 for 18, whatever? But, hey, they had their shots. And Houston won back-to-back, so Houston was legit. Payton, Sean Kemp. Kemp never even got to a finals. Payton never got to a finals. Oh, yes, Payton got to 1 finals, right? Did Payton get to 1 finals with Seattle against the Bulls? I'm pretty sure he got to 1. But Grady never got to a finals? Grant Hill, nah, I don't think so. Grant Hill, injuries. He goes, I can go on and on, all bums. And Josh goes, bums during crunch time, yes. And Rob said, okay, like I said, I can't have a real conversation because there's 0 nuance, which is a big word. 0 nuance to a conversation when you call them bums because they didn't win a ring. He goes, Payton got to 2. Where did Payton get to 2? One with the Lakers when they lost. Oh, he got to 2? He wasn't playing a lot then back then. Okay, so he got to 2. Steph, Kobe, Jordan, Kawhi, Jokic, it's assassins, Josh says. Play better when it matters most. Keep saying you can't have a conversation. That's fine. My opinion still stands. Josh should get that tattooed on your chest. Yeah. And Rob goes, yes, they were assassins. You also just named the best of the best. Just because you aren't the best of the best doesn't mean you are a bum. And Josh and I said, hey, Ernie Banks, Judge, Marino, legacy matters. And I know, sometimes it's not their fault. Barkley was a very good player. But, hey, went against Jordan. You went against the best and you lost. But some of the I did like Peyton. I don't know if I call Peyton a bum. They did lose a lot in the first round of the playoffs. Seattle did not play well. But, George Karl was a great regular season coach and didn't get it done in the postseason. He seemed to be Don Nelson, great regular season coach, never got it done in the postseason. There's a lot of coaches who kind of got Kyle Shanahan to the Super Bowl now, 3 times? 0 for 3. One is an assistant coach, but some guys get to the big game and they get a little tight. Andy Reid has got, didn't do it, 5 straight years, going to the NFC Championship game, 1 Super Bowl appearance, didn't get it done with the Eagles, and now he's won 3-1 with the Chiefs. So maybe a change of scenery helps sometimes. But and then Rob goes, yes, they were assassins. You also just named just because the best of the best of you. So I said Ernie Banks, Judge, Marino, Brunson. Dude, how is Brunson Brunson hasn't even got to a freaking Eastern Conference final, dude. How are you even talking about Brunson? We're talking about guys who have changed the game. He's talking about guys. Randall has not shown up in the play. I know he's been hurt. What has Randall done in the playoffs? Nothing. I don't give a shit if he scores 35 a fucking game in the regular season. It means jack shit to me. Jack shit. Peyton Manning is one of the best regular season quarterbacks. Postseason, a lot of times, he sucked. We talked about James. That Super Bowl, they beat the Bears. He played like shit. They beat the Panthers because of the defense, not because of him. He was a shell of himself at that point. His record in the playoffs is terrible. And I agree with James. I would take Eli over Peyton in the playoffs because Eli performed and beat the best of the best. Yes, Peyton's a bum. Not a Peyton won. Peyton won. Yeah, Brunson is a bum, hasn't won a ring, and had Luka with him and never won a championship. Same age as Randall. We're talking about Randall in the playoffs. That's what Josh is not a Randall fan because he hasn't shown up in the playoffs. Oh, what's up there, Matt? Howdy to you. Thanks for joining today. Thank you. And yeah, I hear what Josh is saying. Crunch time matters. It matters. It matters to me. It should matter to all of you. And I know Randall plays hurt and all that shit, but this team right now is fucked. And and it's not their fault. Nobody's healthy. Brunson can't do it himself. DiVincenzo's playing a shitload of matter. Yeah, it does matter, but it doesn't mean he's a bum. You do not like that word bum. The word that these players are bums of a player never came from my fingers. You did call them bums, Josh. I read it right here. You said they're bums. You said bums. Yeah, you said bums. Right here. You call them bums. You said Harden was a bum. Harden was a bum. He doesn't perform during crunch time. It's right here, dude. I'm not trying to call you out. Bums during crunch time. That's what you said. Bums during crunch time. At closeout time. That's a bum. So wait, they're not bums all the time? I mean, I don't know if I would call them choke. Yeah, they're chokers. Bums is a strong word. They are not pressure. They're not pressure guys. That's the guys you want. You need ice in their veins. Because I was thinking about Isaiah Thomas when he played in the Pistons. He played his ass off. He was ruthless on the court. I mean, they went back to back, but he was a phenomenal postseason player. I remember we played against the Lakers on one fucking leg. Yeah, Knicks are, Matt, too injured to agree. Not saying the season is lost yet, but it's rough, right? Totally, Matt, great. And yes, we can all agree on that front that yes, they are hurt. And it sucks because 14-0 run to start the game yesterday, and it was over. I mean, they weren't catching. They, 18, they got it down to 6 or whatever, but they never bring it all the way back. I mean, and Achua's playing hard, but he's playing a lot of minutes. Hardenstein, that Achilles is killer, man, killer. And yeah, I feel you guys. I feel you because this could have been a really magical season, and it's still. But you know what? It is a stepping stone. It shows that the future looks brighter now than it did in the past. Like you can say, okay, guys are hurt, and it happens every season. But they have too many guys out right now that Brunson can't score 60 a game, even 35, 40. That's a lot to ask for him to do every day, every day. And what did Matt say? Is it Tibbs' fault? Is it Tibbs' fault that he plays him too many minutes? Yeah, dude. Yesterday, Matt, what they say? Hart played 47-10 yesterday. That's too many fucking minutes. I'm sorry. 47-10. I know these are athletes, well-conditioned athletes, but that seems like a lot of minutes to be playing basketball. A lot of minutes to play in a game. I just feel like that's a lot of time on the court. So, oof. Yeah. I mean, yeah. I feel for Rob. I feel for Josh. I mean, I know a lot of. I mean, Rob really is a Knicks fan. I mean, Rob should be a little more relaxed, man. He's got a big date, got a nice little time tomorrow morning with the new chickadee, and I think I'm a little excited for him. I'd like him to meet a lady, double dating, bring all the guys together, meet Mrs. Josh, all that, go out. I think it'd be kind of nice watching Rico Suave at work. I'd like to see what happens there. I'm a little excited. I got to be honest with you. But yeah, I mean, you know what? I think it hurts more because you saw the potential of the season when they got OG. What, 14-2? I mean, you saw like, holy shit, this team got a shot to do something. This could be a special team. And then, Randall goes down and OG goes down. And yeah, I mean, yeah. Well, what are you going to do about Tibbs? This is how Tibbs coaches, Matt. I mean, he plays his guys a shitload of minutes. And, what's his name? Derrick Rose is never the same. Never the same player. He was playing phenomenal. He plays his guys a shitload. What? What the fuck? I'm not happy about that, Rob. Randall needs someone to oh, yeah. He goes, Randall needs someone to hand him water while he watches TV tomorrow, so I had to cancel. Dude, no. You got to tell me what. You tell me offline. Tell me what happened, but I'm not happy about this. I am not happy about this at all. Yeah. No. I'm not happy. This is horse shit. Bullshit. Blasphemy. That's what I have to say on that front. Blasphemy. Yeah. Oof. I'm a little wound up today, man. Well, yeah, whatever. I'm not going to talk about it. But now listen, this morning, I told you I love morning blitz. LeBron's 9 points from 40,000. 40,000 goddamn points. 40,000 points. So the most points per game by an NBA player in his 21st season. LeBron 25. In the fourth quarter, LeBron's averaging 7.7. In their 21st season, for the season, Vince Carter 7.4, Nowitzki 7.3, Parrish 3.7, and Kevin Garnett 3.2. LeBron is averaging more in the fourth quarter than Carter, Nowitzki, Parrish, and Garnett averaged in their 21st season. Yeah. 39 years old. Is LeBron 39 now? Did he just turn 39? I thought he was 38. Am I wrong? LeBron age. He is 39. Son of a bitch. Wow. That is crazy. 21st season. Rob wants him on the team so bad next year that he will snuggle with him every night. Whatever he needs. He will dye his beard. He will help him put in hair plugs in his hair because that guy definitely has more hair now than his hair was thin. You know whose hair was thinning yesterday? Chris Paul. And that freaking whatever he did, that forearm elbow to the mouth of Brunson was dirty as shit. And Green came down and bullshit if that was intentional with the elbow into DiVincenzo's face. Draymond Green is a dirty fucking player, and somebody needs to fucking pop him in the fucking mouth. He plays so fucking dirty every goddamn game that somebody needs to just, bullies just need to be stood up to. And if someone came and he went, I would get a flagrant foul and I would break his fucking nose when he went up for something. I would come down with that elbow to make sure I got perfect position and smash his fucking face in. Nobody does it. That's what you got to do with Draymond. A bully, you got to fucking knock back at him. And that was a fucking dirty goddamn play. And Chris Paul's always doing, and Chris Paul is going bald, man. Bald. And he always has to do freaking shit that he doesn't. He's too goddamn talented to do some of the shit he does, which blows my mind. And you know what? Never made a finals. All the switching teams, left and right. You know what close, a bridesmaid without the whatever what's that saying going? Yeah, that's what he's like. Never catches that bouquet. And you think switching teams are going to get you there. Nope. Didn't work for Malone when he went to the Lakers. Payton. Yeah, Payton. Did Payton work? Oh, wait, they played. They were what they never won a championship, but they got that ring at the end. Like Bork went to the Avalanche and got that Stanley Cup, which always kind of like played all those years in Boston, and then switches and gets a cup at the end of his career, which always felt a little shitty, you know? Like LeBron's always chasing that ring. Yeah, I don't know anymore, man. I think what James said that, you know, it is Brunson's team. Is LeBron going to go second fiddle? LeBron's got too big an ego. I mean, he keeps thinking his son's going to be an NBA player next season. I don't know what, maybe he's hanging out with Aaron Rodgers and smoking that Yahoo Huska, whatever the hell that shit's called, Ayahuasca. Because if he thinks his son's ready for the NBA, what's his song? You got another thing coming. You got another thing coming. You got another thing coming. That's what I say. Yeah, he played well with Kyrie. So, dude, did he play well with Kyrie? He was a lot younger. That was before the decision. Things have changed. Hey, if he wants another ring, he's gonna have to play well with him. I mean, we shall see. We shall see. But I'm not gonna do this what if shit or this and that until the season's over. That just gives me a headache. Because right now I'm concerned. What the hell is happening? I'm concerned about UNC playing NC State tomorrow. Rangers got to play at Toronto. I'm worried about the here and now. That's what I think. When I was in grad school at UNC, there was a guy who had a saying. He said, "Nothing exists except this moment." And I don't think we go there enough. And you know what? While I'm at it, I want to thank Rob. I want to thank Aaron. Rob was talking to me. Aaron sent me a beautiful fucking message. I am here for you. My friend Brandon, who I only know that I also met through Twitter, who is my Kentucky guy, said he would fly up if he knew something was wrong with me. I know we haven't met, but we are friends, and I would fly up if you were down. If you needed help, I'd fly up and come see you. He goes, "Love you, brother. I love you back." You can't believe, dude, the guy I talked about, Braden Applehouse, he freaking liked my reel yesterday. So I said, "Come on a show." But I don't know if he will, but I mean, I took that as a positive sign. But man, the love I get from these guys, from Rob, from Josh, from Aaron, from Brandon. I mean, good God, you guys fucking rock, man. You guys look at I'm getting all teary-eyed. Look at me. Oh my God. My bobblehead. I love this fucking, look at this bobblehead. Greatest thing ever. That's me. JD, lifting some weights. All right. Yeah, let's get going. Yeah, you're a great dude. Who are you talking about? Come on. You're all great. But yeah, so, woo. Yeah, I'm a little. Nets won yesterday over no Trae Young. Oh man, gonna be out for a while. I'll tell you. I hope they can survive. We will survive. Okay, Knicks. Yeah, they lost. I'm gonna keep talking about. How about this? Jalen Brunson makes NBA history as the first player to achieve over 1,400 points, over 350 assists, over 103 pointers, with fewer than 150 turnovers in his first 54 games of a season. Thank you, Knicks movement, for that. Everyone is great except Angel Hernandez. Fuck that guy. Who's Angel Hernandez? I'm missing something. Who's Angel Hernandez? Yeah. So Knicks, yeah, hey, listen. Get with them all, right? DiVincenzo, I'll tell you though, the baseball ump. Yeah, he can go fuck himself. Yeah, he's an asshole. Yes, I agree with you. But Burke's not playing well, and Bogdanovich. Burke's definitely not putting up a lot of points lately. So these guys got to step up, guys. They have to step up. OKC lost. How about Wembanyama? 28 points, 5 for 7 from 3, 13 rebounds, 7 assists, 5 blocks, 20 years old. 5 blocks for the second consecutive games. SGA had 31. San Antonio snapped a 5-game skid. Wemby on the win. I missed this shit. He is hecking garbage. You can say fucking garbage, dude. You know what? JD's all for swearing. You want to let it out, Matt? You let it out. I thought you had a couple. Listen, I thought you were drinking. I thought this was a liquid show. So I thought maybe you'd be a little more. Yeah. Come on, Rob. Of course he's going to get help, but they sucked the first year. Come on, the first year they're going to get help. Everybody's going to want to play with Wemby, except throwing that ball off the backboard. I'm with James, man. I would fuck him up. I'm sorry. You throwing all the balls off the backboard shit would piss me off to nobody's business. Now, you want to talk about how good SGA is? SGA, this is from Michael Grange. He's averaging 31.2, but it's not because it's 31 one night, 23 the next. He's scoring between 28 and 33 in 35 of 58 starts. 20 of those, he scored 30, 31, and 32. And Karthika Utha Yakumar said he has 44 30-point games, the most for the first 60 games of the season since Jordan in 87, 88. SGA. Jesus. And who didn't we take Ntilikina that year? Wasn't that the Ntilikina pick? That was a good one, guys. Hey, who was the GM back then? Because it wasn't Leon. Rob would like to have your children, Rose. It was not him. But Jesus Christ, SGA. Good God, that's a big whoopsie. A big whoopsie. Big. And Sabonis leads in triple doubles with 21. Jokic 19. Doncic 11. Oh, isn't he on First Take? Josh, he must have photos or something to blackmail the league. Something. I wasn't gonna. Who's blackmailing? Who's black? Oh, Angel Hernandez. You still an Angel Hernandez? Guys, let's let that go. Let's move on. But what was I saying? Shit, you made me think. Luka Doncic. What did I see? Was it? I can't stand some of these guys. I really can't stand some of these guys. What did I see? Oh, I have it here. Oh yeah. Okay. No, that's not it. Shit. They called him a fatty. Who did they call a fatty? Oh, they called him Pillsbury Doughboy. It was Keyshawn. It's on First Take with who's the dipshit on First Take? I can't stand his name. Yeah, I can't stand him. I can't stand him. I had it somewhere. Can't find it. But they called him a Pillsbury Doughboy. Yeah. I was like, really? Pillsbury Doughboy. That's hilarious. Pillsbury Doughboy. I was trying to find out where. Forget who said it. But it was Keyshawn. They said that about Doncic. No. It was Keyshawn. Isn't Keyshawn on First Take with who's the guy from Texas? The guy who talks about the Cowboys all the time, and the little guy who's friends with the rapper. I don't know. Those guys put that up. I was like, really? You calling him Pillsbury Doughboy, huh? Really? Wow. Okay. And LeBron is now second in 30-plus point games regular in playoffs. He's actually 3 behind Jordan with 668. Jordan had 671. Chamberlain 557. Kobe 519 and Kareem 504. He scored 31 last night, 9 away, and the Wizards fell 0 for February, 0 for 12. Which, yeah, he's going to pass the record. Good for him. Bucks have won 4 in a row after starting 3-7 with Doc Rivers. They beat Charlotte, who sucks. And Lillard thought he was going to thought they'd be more like the Celtics. Well, they're not, dude. Yeah, and you're way behind them, and they're kicking your asses right now. So, yeah, I mean, NBA standings. I mean, it's a little ugly right now, isn't it? I mean, it's not. They're not catching the Celtics. Okay, so Celtics are up 8 on the Cavs and the Bucks, 12 on the Knicks. Jesus Christ. Damn. So they're ahead of the Sixers by a game, the Knicks, then the Magic, Pacers, and we got the Bulls and Hawks at the I bet the Bucks get broken up and Rob, you know what you would love? Giannis comes to the Knicks. They break it up and Giannis goes, you know what? I'm not winning here. I want to go somewhere where I can win. That's what he's going to say. I want to go somewhere where I want to win. Now they talk about how, Caitlin Clark going to the WNBA and, the money's going to change, but you should make sales NIL. This is Sam Vashenzi. And he said, I saw this on Twitter. Whenever Clark, she's going pro, she'll take national sponsorships with her, essentially making the wage of about $75,000, whether she stays and goes. But she can make up to $245,000 on a Supermax deal, which she'll get in 5 years. But she could make the opportunity of $250K a year in the player marketing agreement with the WNBA as early as her first year. A number 1 pick out of South Carolina, Aaliyah Boston, is one of 6 players that has a PMA with the league this offseason. She also make up to $100,000 on a team marketing deal. There are also bonuses for the Commissioner's Cup, $500,000 split between the 2 teams, and playoffs and finals. And a playoffs and finals $500,000 bonus too. So listen, and she could do stuff in the offseason and run a basketball camp in Iowa and make $1 gazillion. She will be fine. She could call basketball games. She could do whatever. I think she'll be fine. She won't go. Maybe she'll go play overseas. I don't know, but I'm excited. I saw that they could, if she goes to the Indiana Fever with the first pick, they could meet Their home opener on May 16th is against the Liberties. Ionescu and Caitlin Clark could meet on the floor for the first time. That would be a great first game. That would be awesome to watch because, yeah, they have the draft right after the season. So we'll see what happens there. Jim Harbaugh, former players tell tales of the intensity workouts. He shook the culture, which he did, which I thought was awesome. Hubert Davis and UNC's presser in advance of the state game tomorrow. He said he was asked the perils of playing a desperate state team. We're desperate too. There's a sense of urgency for us. There's a hunger or thirst. I love that. Thank you, Andrew Carter. A hunger or thirst. And Wes Welker tried to warn Brandon Lloyd about Aaron Hernandez back when he signed with the Patriots. That's never good. And this is interesting. A motion filed to dismiss charges against 4 Iowa State athletes accused of illegal sports wagering via identity theft. They didn't play this year. They got suspended. So these motherfuckers should be suing and get something back. That's what I think. That's what I'm saying. Sue, sue, sue. That's what we all do. And Jeff DeLine is out as chief revenue officer of the Mets after 3 years on the job. He was hired in February 2021, part of the reshuffle of players and executives following Steve Cohen's purchase of the team. Thank you, Sportico, for that one. That's for my buddy Rob. That's for Rob. That's for you, my man. I got plenty of stuff. Jake Paul, you fucking suck. You suck. El Gallo de Dorado, whatever the fuck. Yeah. Yeah, you're a fighting rooster. Yeah. Sure thing, buddy. Yeah, you're fighting. Now, this is also. And the Mets are reportedly remaining in contact with free agent starters, still considering left-hander Jordan Montgomery and right-hander Michael Lorenzen. This is from New York Mets News. I don't know. If the Mets were to pay someone like Montgomery $22 million a year, it would cost them $46 after luxury taxes this season. They need to pay 110% tax since they're in the final tier of luxury tax. I want to know if he feels good about. What do you think, Rob? Would you go after Montgomery and Lorenzen, or would you say no chance in hell? I think pitching is always something you need. Always need pitching. You need it. And this is kind of interesting. Front Office Sports, for years, yes, they do. For years, prospects at the NFL Scouting Combine warmed up in hotel conference rooms and hallways. Noble brought the event sponsorship rights in 2022 and now set up an entire headquarters for players to prepare and train. So they have all these rooms, which is really cool. You don't want Monty to Matt, who's your team? Who's your team, Matt? Yankees or Mets? I don't know, so that's why I'm asking. If you can help me out here, it would be I'd appreciate. I appreciate you. Appreciate. That's what he always says on oh my God. So I was watching. I saw a clip today from a Family Feud. The question was, what haven't you licked in a while? Yankees. Okay, Yankees, bro. Okay, bro. The question was, what haven't you licked in a while? She goes, penis. And Steve Harvey just was like, she goes, penis. I was like, all right. That right there, penis. His look was priceless. Penis. Oh my God. So I got to tell this story. My mother goes to these at the library. She goes to these history things. My mom is going to be 81. Firecracker. She's hilarious. And this woman, Matt, you're going to like this one. You're going to like this one, Matt. The guy who took you remember the Ziegfeld Follies, the girls wore the knickers and they kicked their legs up? That was a big thing back in the day. I think he painted them. Well, the guy was known, he was from a very aristocratic family. So there was a lot of marrying. He only married the same economic level. Well, he was a little short, but he was known for his large, as my mom said, now this is my mom's word. She said his schlong. And Michigan's there, and we're laughing. And they compared it to a teapot. So the woman doing, this is all senior, these are all women in their 70s and 80s at this thing. And the women showing pictures of a teapot to show how big his penis was. And she went on and on about the size of his penis. And my mother said the lights were out. She said she was crying. She was laughing so hard. So she said schlong. That's what I said. Schlong and a teapot. So I haven't been able to get that out of my head. Schlong and teapot. That's what they call them. And they said it in the French. They called the teapot. It was like tiere or something like that. Yeah, my ma is freaking, yeah. Matt, she is serious. Schlong, she said. And she's telling the story. I'm like, where are we going with this? Where are we going with this, Ma? I just was like, wow. I said, you rock, Ma. You keep it up. So that was the story. She's going to kill me that I told this story, but that's what the podcast is for. I'm supposed to share it with everybody. And how about this from front of us? It's the first woman in MLB The Show, Toni Stone. In 1953, Stone became the first woman to play professional baseball in the Negro Leagues. That's awesome. The Knicks right now have a 97.1% chance of making the playoffs. which is good. Hey, at least we know we don't have to worry about that shit. The Nets are at a. Oh wow, Brooklyn's still at it. No, okay, Brooklyn is at 6.6%. Yeah, Lakers are at a 29.5%. And Anthony Davis, 20th time he's had 40 plus points, 50 plus, 15 plus rebounds last night, 5 more than any active player. Embiid wants to play for the U.S. Olympic team. I thought he was going to play for France, but he's going to play. I was like, all right. Devils are at the Ducks. Both teams suck. Yeah. Josh, man, yeah, she's a character, dude. Islanders, James said they're back. We're back. I go, back from what? Back from sucking more? You guys suck. There's nothing. You guys suck. Good. You won 5-3 yesterday. Yeah, you beat Detroit. Detroit was what, 16 winning streak? Yeah, okay, cool, dude. But come on. Really? And Colorado, 22nd game this season with 5+ goals, the most in the NHL. That's crazy. 22 games with 5+ goals this year. Detroit is 20, Vancouver 19, Tampa Bay 17, and Dallas 16. And yeah. Oh, yeah, the top 16 women came out right ahead of the tournament. The second. South Carolina, anybody local? Ohio State, Stanford, UCLA, Vatech, Texas, Iowa, USC, LSU, UConn, NC State, Oregon State, Colorado, Indiana, Gonzaga, and Oklahoma. Congrats. South Carolina won yesterday 28-0. Oh, I love this. McCarthy is selling his Michigan wins in interviews that he just cared about W's. Okay. Cam, sorry for that fight. No excuse. DB McKistry has a Jones fracture. He was supposed to be a first-round pick from the DB from Bama. That's not good. Penix says he's healthy, set to be a franchise quarterback. That's what he should be saying. And who else did I see here? Oh, Otani got married, dating somebody, a normal woman in Japan. I don't know. But she's only here for spring training. Then she's going back to Japan, which sounds like the best marriage in the world. So wait, she's here for spring training, regular season. She's going back to Japan. So he's a bachelor. All right. Hey, good for you. I don't know why he had to get married. I don't know. Caleb Williams says that the Bears are serious about winning. Really? Serious about winning. Okay. Sure. Serious about winning. Okay. Sure thing. Yeah. Sure. Right. Serious. Good luck with that, boys. Good luck with that, boy. Now, Rob sent me, this is awesome. This is Mark Mask. I saw this. He sent me, and then I found this from Mark Mask. And NFL has tested a system to measure line to gain officiating decisions, first downs electronically. They do that for tennis. He said it will determine the interest of teams and owners on moving forward with utilizing such system during games. He'll be ready as soon as next season, should be this season. But the NFL's Troy Vincent said the 2025 season. Why? For extensive use? Dude, you guys are fucking up left and right. Why don't you make it work now? Pay some guys some overtime. Get it done now. The first down chains won't disappear quite yet, but I think the electronic system is definitely. These guys can't even get there in time to put the ball down. You see these old fucks. Come on. Did you see one of the guys? So during one of the drills, during the combine, they have to hit those pads when they're running through the defensive lineman. He whacked one that they did slow motion. The guy's face was like, he got, and I'll tell you, 306. Deontay Sweat from Texas, 366, ran a 5.27, and I would not want to be a quarterback. And then Brady went to he said he's going to try to do under 5. Dude, your career's over. Move on. I don't care. He had to shoot video of himself doing the 40 time again. Really, Tom? Really? Why? I don't care. You know what? Then don't retire, dude. Keep playing football. I mean, you obviously, you're having a tough time dealing without it. Aren't you a parent too, dude? Where are your kids? It seems like everything he does is kids. He's always doing something. And he's talking about his ex. His ex is now that judo guy. He thinks it happened sooner. Dude, you think so? Dude, you were focused on football. Your life was football. Football 24/7. Yeah. Yeah, he's an ultimate. Yes, Rob, he's an ultimate competitor. Oh, yeah, that's why. He's an ultimate competitor. Dude, he's not playing anymore. That's great. I think that is news that I don't give a shit about, that he's running the 40 because, listen, if you look at the pictures of him when he was at the combine, he was doughboy. He looked like shit. Him running, first of all, he had on short. He looked like he was a lumbering fool. He's not getting paid to run anyway, so who gives a shit? He's getting paid to throw the ball, not to run the ball. But amazing how, I'm telling you, it's all that. It's that TB12 stuff, man. He is amazing. He's great. He's the greatest thing since sliced bread. Oh, fucking Patriots. Fuck them. Fuck Brady. Motherfucker. Can't stand him. Goddamn bastard. Yeah, I'm letting it out. I got issues. I'm an angry elf. Oh, he's an angry little elf, isn't he? Yeah, he is. He's a little angry elf. Yeah. Yeah, I get a little jacked up on Mountain Dew. I get a little crazy sometimes. And Devin Booker on his altercation with Cam Whitmore. I think it's always fun to turn it up a little bit, get an ultra competitive. That's what this sport is about. I feel like we're getting away from it as a whole, NBA. Nothing personal. Listen, Devin Booker, you get your ass kicked. No offense. You get your ass kicked. I'm not taking Devin Booker in a fight. And do you think Oliver Marmol is in final year of his contract? You think he's going to be getting an extension with the Cardinals? No chance in hell. You know, I love this. I love this argument. I love this argument. This is Rob coming back. You would love him if he won 6 titles with the Jets. But he didn't, Rob. He didn't. He didn't play for the Jets. He played for the Patriots. You know, and it's always that comment. Always that comment. Like, well, how about dude, if you had Derek Jeter, you might have won 5 championships, right? What do you think, Rob? Maybe if you had Derek Jeter, you would have won 5 championships, right? Would that have happened? Oh wait, there's some crickets going by. Oh, I see some tumbleweed. Oh, it just went away. I mean, we could say about everything. Anything we'd say about. Would I like Tom Brady? If he was a Jet, he would have last 6 snaps, maybe 7. We have Aaron Rodgers came 4 snaps. It's time to change. The Jets need some good luck. I want to see Josh streaking in complete green paint, running around his neighborhood like a lunatic, and his wife behind him videotaping the whole thing. That's, hey, what are you going to say, dude? I mean, that's the case with everything. You know what? Jay brought up a great point. Imagine if Eli Manning won 2 championships for the Jets. There would be statues the size of the stadium all over the fucking place. Why are there no statues of Eli Manning around MetLife? Why? There should be. Eli Manning should have statues. You get one of LT, you get one of Eli. I would say those are the 2 greatest Giants ever. 2 greatest Giants ever. Played with the team, never. I was kind of happy that LT never left to go play with he finished his career as a Giant. Phil Simms, career. That's another one, man. You have a lot of guys, and the Jets. I'd have a Mark Sanchez. I mean, you could have a couple Mark Sanchez. The butt fumble. You could have. There's a lot right there. I'd go streaking if the Jets were. It's like I'll go streaking right now. I'm ready right now. Frank the Tank. We got a couple of Frank the Tanks in here. Rob got all quiet. He's stewing. He's stewing. Let it out. Let it out, Rob. Let it out. It's not good to hold it in. My mama says not good to hold it in. Come on. Let it out. We're all friends here. Let it out. I love this participation. And D'Lo signed a baby yesterday. How funny is that? Signed a baby. Kid's like, hey, what's going on? Hey, I'm just going to sign your jersey for your kid. Okay, that's cool. Yeah. Okay. Oh, Tyreek Hill didn't break woman's leg, lawyer claims. That's kind of interesting. If the Knicks won, your head would explode. Yes, I think your head would explode. Yes. And Josh sent me, see at home, Buffalo means something else. See at home. Yeah, what, Matt, please explain. Please elaborate. Butt fumble means something else. What does it mean? Matt, you got to tell me what that means. But Josh sent me, Ole Miss was playing Hawaii. A guy from Hawaii got a walk, and then he turned and went yelled something toward the Ole Miss bench, and they freaking threw the kid out of the game. And I was like, Josh, really? But you can't. It was taunting. It's baseball. He said one goddamn word to them. Really? I was like, come on, guys, this is horse shit. I'm like, Josh, this is ridiculous. You can't do anything. And the manager was like, what are you? What? I was like, exactly what? Oh, wrong hole. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's happened sometimes. Wemby has 3 25-10, 5 assists, 5 block games this month, the most since the Dream in '93. Oh, okay. So check this out. So Milton, I've had on. Yes, but baseball are the worst, Rob. Milton has a buddy John, who they had a contest to name the Pistons Arena back in '88, and he won with the Palace. John won tickets to every single event at the Palace. For 30 years, he went to every game, concert, whatever was at he was given free carte blanche tickets to every event. So he's going to come on and talk about the bad boys and all that stuff. He's a huge basketball fan. I'm like, dude, we got to talk about that stuff because I hated Bill Laimbeer. Bill Laimbeer was that whole team but they were good. I mean, I did love Microwave Johnson, who grew up in New York. But Vinny Johnson looked like a freaking fullback. So he's coming on in the near future. And and Hellman's going to come on to talk WWE, which I know nothing about because I remember Snuka and all that back in the day, but I never was a wrestling fan. To me, wrestling was just yeah. I'm gotta be honest. I called it fake. I know they don't like to be called fake, but it just wasn't real to me. It was comedy. I never ever. I watched sports. I didn't watch wrestling. Never. And he said he's going to his 19th WrestleMania event. I go, dude, you come on and talk about wrestling. I will sit back and just hear you talk about your knowledge, and I will respect it, and I will learn something, which is all I really. So listen. I told everybody. I told Matt he could come on anytime he wants. Everybody, you come on anytime you guys want. You want to talk, we shall talk. And yeah. So what did I miss? Anything else? Oh yeah. So Dallas Turner ran a 4.47 edge. Chop Robinson ran a 4.49. Yeah, and Devondre Sweat ran 3.66, ran a 5.27. Oh yeah, I know I love Hellman. I'm not. Yeah. And Alexander Madison was being released. He was leading Russia last year. Yeah, and it was Miami's Leonard Taylor almost knocked out a worker during the drill where the pass rushing drill when you have to hit the cones. He hit the guy hard. Now, what do you guys think? FSU powder blue concept uniforms. Ari's girlfriend Sam said the basketball team has worn these colors. I think they're hideous. I think yay or nay. I think a big nay. I just think they're too garish. It's just too much. It's really yeah. I don't know. That looks like that should be something. Yeah. Yeah. No. Hell no. No. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan at all of it. I just think they're too much. They're too much. Yeah. Wrong hole. I knew Matt was going there. Yeah, that's what. Yeah, Matt. Yeah. Oh my God. Take it easy, baby. Gonzaga women's basketball 23 straight, 25-1, 17-0 in the Western Conference, West Coast Conference, tied for most wins in program history. Go Stags. They were saying if Reed Shepherd comes back, you make $10 million over a 4-year career. Sam Vicente said, "Listen, the downside could be $100 million. He turns 20 in June. 2 more years, he's 23. Difference between entering the NBA at 20 or 23 is that third contract before 30 or after, when teams are way more willing to pay someone under 30 than over 30. So he comes out now, the $10 million he makes in 4 years of college, make a $100 million contract, dude. It's not even up for discussion. Come on, yeah. And I talked about women's basketball that Kansas State is the highest ranked team in net and AP poll, but they've lost 5 of their last 8. So that's why they're not in the top 16. This kills me. Chris Bryant, Rockies, signs a 7-year, $182 million contract. He said there were other teams interested, but I didn't want to wait around. I guess I didn't do as much research in the prospects as I could have. Dude, listen, this year you saw what happened. Guys signing contracts, now guys still sitting out. Kiki Hernandez is saying collusion because he said all these guys sitting not getting paid. Boris said 11 teams aren't spending the money they have. People worried about their regional sports deals and everything. They don't like that collusion word, but I mean, you're talking about Montgomery still out there, Blake Snell out there. There's no way they should still be out there. JD Martinez, Votto is still, he's an older player, but still, there's guys out there that should have got deals. And I'm sorry, I don't know how Cody Bellinger had the year he had, and he had to settle for a 3-year, $80 million contract, which is basically a 1-year, $27 million. He's going to opt out, and there were no big deals out there. And Snell turns down 6 years for $150 million. Did Boris tell him not to take that? Because now he's sitting on 0. And you got to be careful getting too greedy because, greedy in the end comes back and bites you in the ass. What's up, Sean Jane? You want to talk any sports, Sean Jane? You bring it on. Let's talk some sports. It's hard to prove. They said, yeah, I think the biggest problem is so many teams barely. Yeah, and if you have money, you should even the NFL. We talked about this. They have $60 million in cap and they don't spend it all. I think and what do they have to spend, like 85%? But teams get around that they spend it and then they put it into a signing bonus. I feel like some guys get the money and then the money isn't spent. Like we talked, there's upper class and lower class, no middle class, and I think it's something we can talk. It's happening. I mean, they have this money, spend the goddamn money. Teoscar Hernandez said he took a 1-year deal because he was hoping to get a multi-year pact. He didn't get it. Matt Chapman, third baseman, JD Martinez, all these guys are not getting contracts. Yeah, and Fanatic says we're getting the shit kicked out of us about the uniforms. You think they look like shit? Looks like something if you went to the goddamn the Yankee store, the Met store, you could get a shirt printed the Mets on the front, your name on the back and a number, and it look just as good as the uniforms the players are wearing. They're saying the pants are too tight and all that shit. Guys, you know what this is? This is Fanatics at Nike, man. This is embarrassing. Embarrassing. It's shit. It really is. It's ridiculous. And Darren Waller, after the bad season, was thinking of calling it quits. This is the problem. This is the problem. Okay, he's due to make $10.5 million in base, count $14 million, but they said he's not going to be a cap casualty. This is what the problem is. In 2019-20, he had 197 receptions, 2,341 yards, 12 touchdowns. Since then, he missed 14 games in 21 and 22, and this year he had 52 for 552. He missed 5 games this year. It isn't 2019, 2020 anymore. He isn't the same player. And you're looking at the numbers he put up, he's not even coming close to that. He doesn't even look as big as he used to look. He looks like a wide receiver. He looks like a slot receiver now. And one touchdown against the Commanders. In 2025, he has a $15.4 million salary, 17.4. They're never going to get there. They're going to try to do one season with him, and that's going to be that. But Waller thought about wrapping it up. Guy's hurt all the fucking time, dude. You should be working this off season on getting yourself flexible and staying healthy. But the problem is once the injuries start, it's a landslide. And I just don't think Waller's that guy. I think they should draft a tight end or just, you know what? You got to get guys out there because wide receivers have like a window. There's not too many guys like a Kelsey there's very few guys that have like a 10-year run. Most guys, 4 or 5 years, and that's it. But you got to get a guy out there that you want to, and just like throw him, Giants need, they had Bavaro. They had Shockey. They've had guys in the past that were just damn good tight ends. And Giants need another one, man. You need a guy that's going to catch that ball and just wreak havoc. They need another Bavaro, and Waller's not that guy. He's hurt all the time, man. And I feel bad for the Giant fans in that respect. This is going to be interesting. Are they going to take a quarterback? Who knows? And Jacina Anderson said, I've told the Giants and the running back Saquon representatives, he wants to stay a Giant for life. I don't think that's going to happen. We'll see what happens. And Sauce, Jets X Factor, they were having a podcast saying haters who knock on it for holding or lack of INTs don't know the rule book, don't know football. He's the gold standard at cornerback, and it's easy to prove that. I don't know if I agree 100% on that, but, hey, everybody's entitled to their opinion. I thought he had a very quiet season, but what do I know? That's what I felt all season. I felt all season he just didn't get the job done, right? I want to love him. He's got a great nickname. He's a good guy, right? Would you agree with me? Right? What'd you say? Yeah, I know. Rob is a sexy bastard. Yeah, I agree. What? Yeah. Josh, no, he still doesn't like Randall. No. What do you think Matt's drinking? Schmitz? PBR? I don't know. He's more like a PBR guy. Or a Coors from the waters, the rivers of Colorado. Tush push, they said, is going to be, looks like it's not going to go away. Atlanta, supposedly, we'll see might be going after Kirk Cousins. We'll see if that happens. Trent Baalke says contract negotiations are ongoing with Trevor Lawrence. Yeah, Kool-Aid McKinstry has a fracture in his right foot during medical evaluations. Plans to work out his pro day later this month and then undergoes surgery. Should be ready for training camp. Guess we'll see how that goes. Yeah. And Caleb Williams would not give his medical records to all 32 teams. It's not all teams are going to take him. Hey, listen, he's in a position where people want him. And this is a guy out of NC State, Peyton Wilson. He is training with Tony Villani down in his hometown in South Florida. Now, he's had injury problems, but they said he could run a 4.4 at the combine, and they think he'll move his way up. Because, look, McCarthy was seen as a mid-round pick, and now he said they're going to go maybe first half of round 1. So who knows? Yeah, McCarthy says the only stat I cared about was W's, and we did a pretty good job of that at Michigan. Yeah. Now, this is interesting. So Cooper DeJean is a white cornerback. There hasn't been a white cornerback selected Started since Jason Sehorn, December 22nd, 2002. He was visibly uncomfortable talking about. Yeah, I really haven't talked to teams about the whole aspect of things. Doesn't really matter to me too much. I'm just going out to go out and be myself. Just go out and play my game. He's also a great return guy, but he broke his leg in practice, and he won't work out at the combine or the pro day. But he's running full speed. They said he could do a 4.40. Well, I think we just talked about it. If the last great white cornerback to start was Sehorn, who before then was a white cornerback? Well, before back in the day, it was all white cornerbacks because the league was basically not really integrated. The last good you tell me, the last great white basketball player before, I would say Bird was the last one before Luka and Jokic. Trying to think, right? You know what the best line ever in a movie is? You have any light reading? She goes, Jewish sports stars of the 20th century in Airplane. That's the best line ever. Gives her a little pamphlet. Because, I was always a great line. That's all, yeah. Okay, Dirk. But I'll tell you, Bird compared to Dirk, I'll take Bird every day of the week. Dirk was good. Nash didn't win shit. Nash, you know what? For how great he was, they didn't fucking win anything. Every goddamn year they were great with Dan and Tony, that speed, then it got to the playoffs and you have to play some defense and it came back and bit him in the ass. Yeah, Nash was a good player. He didn't win anything. I mean, he won all those MVPs. Again, MVPs. You know what? You can keep your MVPs. I want championships. That's what Brady played for. That's the one thing I love about Brady. I don't give a shit about all pro and Pro Bowls. I care about rings. And he's got 7 of them. And that you can't, listen, 7 rings is 7 rings. When you're covering more than one goddamn hand, you are GOAT. You got one hand covered, you're GOAT. But you're going on hand 2, GOAT. That's impressive. So yeah, I don't. Yeah, Bird was and cocky too, cocky motherfucker too. Yeah, backed it up, and I hated the fucking Celtics. But I love Bird. I do. Bird is a badass, and Bird's even funnier now. And he was a really good head coach. And yeah, so DeJean said something. I love to challenge myself. Really, I'm a competitive guy. I compete in everything I do. We can be racking weights in a bar, and I'm still trying to be the fastest one to do it. That's just how I grew up, how I am, playing all 4 sports in high school. See, all 4 sports in high school. Didn't play one sport. That really drove my competitive nature, wanted to win and do everything to the best of my ability. Thank you, Scott Dockerman, for that one. Yeah, I talked about Dallas Turner. Steelers, undecided. No, Najee Harris is not getting a 5th year. It would pay him $6.79 million in 2024. That's not a lot of money, man. Really? Shit. Yeah, 1,035 yards, 8 touchdowns. Jalen Warren had a 1154. Arthur Smith is going to run. Yeah, Arthur Smith. Arthur Smith should not be on any team. He sucks. He wasn't a good head coach. I'm not a fan of him. And they said the Cowboys are interested in trading for Eagles star pass rusher Hassan Reddick. Trey Lance, they picked up his roster bonus, 4.25. But they will not. His 5th-year option is $22.4 million in 2025. But you never know. Dak Prescott, hey, they might be getting him a new deal. We shall see. Mac Jones was doing no-look passes. I saw this on Savage Sports. Dude, he should be working on a lot more shit than no-look passes. And now they said they're drafting a quarterback at number 3. I thought they were trading down. Who knows on that front? Chris Jones, Dov Kleiman says that Casey's interested in re-signing him. Marcus May, the former Jet, is due $7.5 million in salary and bonuses. He turns 31 March 9th. He's going to be cut. Played 17 games. See, can't stay healthy. You're not going to keep him around. And I love this about Michigan. So Michigan, A.J. Barner, tight end, said we don't got 15 5-star guys. We got a select few guys that are going to come in and work extremely hard and be tough as nails and play with pride and play as a team. With Coach Moore at the helm, I know they'll keep that tradition going. Oh yeah, dude, Rob, Esteem is a great yes, yeah. You know what though? This is the problem. This is one thing I read about him. I'll say one thing. They said very good, but that he had he had Alt on that line. He had a great line to run behind. But yes, that's a good call, dude. Yes. I just don't know if he's going to be around. I think he's going to go probably second round. I mean, that's a guy people are talking about. So we'll see what happens. The Eagles traded a 5th and 6th round pick to get Kevin Byrd in October. And now they are going to release him because it will save them $13.7 million. It's always about salary cap. Got to save that salary cap. But is it put back into the team? That's what I always wonder. Sometimes yes, sometimes no. Jim Donovan, the voice of the Browns since 1999, briefly stepped away in September when his leukemia returned. Came back week 11 after completing his cancer treatments, culminating in ringing the bell at Cleveland. I love that shit. I love that. And you know what? Those are fighters, man. Cancer sucks, and you don't let it get in your way, and you're like, fuck this. I'm going to come and I'm going to kick that cancer's ass. Because too many people dying so young. That the guy who played at Michigan, colon cancer, 31, 30. So many people, get it. And, no, I did not see him ringing the bell. You saw it, dude? You see, Rob's just great. He just, yeah, I've never seen anybody ring the bell. I've seen videos of people ringing the bell, but yeah, it's scary, man. I got diagnosed. They told me I had cancer, but then I have what's called, I have a blood cancer that could I have a type of cancer that is in my system, but might stay dormant my whole life. If it comes out, it's like a blood cancer that's supposedly treatable. So every 6 months, I have to go to get blood work done to see if the levels are the same. And if he doesn't call me, I don't hear anything. So check this out. So I had this gastric bypass test. And so after 12 hours, no eating, no drinking, they give you these eggs that have microbes in it, and you eat it, and they see how it digests. So it's supposed to take 4 hours. 2 hours, I'm done. So I call up my gastro doctor, and he goes, I want to do this test to see if you if you breathe in too much air when you eat. So I have to go in for a test where they put a catheter up my nose for 24 hours, and they tape it, your nostrils shut. So I'm like, can I work with that? She goes, yeah, but I really wouldn't advise it. So I got to go in on a Monday morning at 6:30, get this catheter shoved up my nose and keep it there for fucking 24 hours, go back the next day to get it taken out. I was like, holy shit. I was like, so that's April 1st. I said, that's no April Fool's Day. I was like, damn, that sucks. That sucks. I was like, ugh, not looking forward to that. I'll tell you that much. Jesus. And college football, I got it wrong. The top 14, if with the new conferences, Florida State and Arizona would have finished in the top 14. The last team out last year would have been LSU, where I didn't get this. Got confusing for me. Louisville and Oklahoma State would have made the cut at 15th. Oh, because it would have been the highest ranked teams in each conference. So LSU would have been knocked out because of Georgia, Bama. But LSU should have got in, right? The 3-3-2. That's what they're saying, where it's going to be better for the haves than the have-nots. That's what they're saying. And in summer 2021, commissioners and presidents praised the new 12-team playoff. So a month or so later, Texas and Oklahoma jumped to the SEC. And what they say, oh yeah, commissioners stopped talking to each other. Expansion was put on ice and later revived. Pac-12 collapsed. By the time the 12-team college football playoff finally begins next winter, half of the 10 commissioners in place during this proposal will have changed, as well as the Notre Dame athletic director. Yeah. And right now, this deal is the best because it gives them an option, because that the SEC and Big Ten are talking about opening their own Super League. And this playoff works because at least the Big 12, the ACC, and the Big 12 will get at least 2 teams in the playoff guaranteed, as opposed to if they go a Super League, they might go and they'll take their money and they'll say, listen, let's just make it with our 2 teams, put them all together and see what happens, because they have, 34 teams between the 2 conferences? It's a lot of football teams. So we're going to see what happens on that front. But yeah, and also there's one step closer to a coach-to-player helmet communications 30 years after the NFL. They would allow them to use technology between a coach and one player on the field, which should have a green dot on the back midline of the player's helmet. It would be cut off with 15 seconds left on the play clock or when the ball is snapped. They also proposed this creation of a 2-minute warning. Yeah, all right. For the second and fourth quarters, like the NFL is meant to emphasize certain rule changes, help the flow of the game broadcast by preventing some back-to-back media timeouts. I'm okay with that. Yeah. And sideline, Big Ten last summer proposed to allow its teams to use helmet communication and sideline tablets for conference games. They didn't approve it, but tried it in the bowl games. With the sign stealing, I don't know. Hey, listen, I'm all for technology. They said the video could include the broadcast feed and camera angles from the coach's sideline and coach's end zone, and teams could use up to 18 tablets. All right. And Major League Pickleball officially joins, Major League Pickleball PPA Tour officially joins forces after closing merger. So the Professional Pickleball Association and the Major League Pickleball They consolidate into one league, and they got $75 million from a private equity firm. Congrats to them. Congrats. What did Rob? Twitter, Jim Don. Oh, thanks, dude. Rob always, HTJ, you always sending me good shit. Yeah. Yeah. And my friend Jason said about the Hawaii thing, he said, oh, that's some bullshit. I get that he was vocal, but come on. Yeah, that was such bullshit. I don't know if I sent it to Rob. I got to send it to him. Yeah. Commanders to cut Nick Gates, signed a 3-year deal. Commanders are ready to have $90 million. They're going to cut Charles Leno and Logan Thomas, who's always hurt. And wow, Scott Pollard got a heart transplant. He said he is pushing for organ donations, which he should be. Yeah, I love these. Marvin Harrison Jr. was my pre-combine. Yeah, really? You think so? Come on, this is ridiculous. Who is this? I get some Twitter stuff. Washington linebacker Jamin Davis issued a guilty plea, 180 days of jail time with all suspended, license suspended 6 months. Jesus, he was doing 114 and a 45. Jesus Christ. Wow. All right, suspended sentence. So he's probably going to miss some games next season from the commish. That's another thing I can't stand, when they all hug freaking Goodell. Always pisses me off. I'm just not a fan. Yeah, Goodell just annoys me. They're all like buddies with Goodell. Yeah. 500. What does he make? 600 million? That motherfucker. You can't make more than the players. I'm sorry. I know my buddy says they should. J.C. Jackson being released. Man, what he's on that 5-year, $85 million contract. Went to the Chargers and has been a total freaking shit show since then. Yeah. Gerard Mayo says we got cash to burn. All right, time to go for a bit. Appreciate. Hey, Matt, anytime. Matt, if you're free tomorrow, I'm on around noon. So more than welcome to come on tomorrow. All right, let me get to some trivia questions. All right. Last show trivia question was, well, yeah, nobody was on with me. Nobody tried to guess. Okay, yesterday's trivia question was most passing yards in a bowl game by a USC quarterback. Can you tell me the most touchdown passes by a USC quarterback in a bowl game? Most touchdown passes in a bowl game by a USC quarterback. Had to drink a little bit. Quite thirsty. I talk a lot. Do you guys know the most touchdown passes by a USC quarterback in a bowl game? All right. Guess you guys are too busy to come up with this one, but it is Miller Moss, 6 in the Holiday Bowl win over NC State. Yeah, I think that was NC State. Today's trivia question. Early baseball player Dickie Pierce, who was born on February 29th, 1836, is credited with introducing what now common element of the game? Dickie Pierce, born on February 29th, 1836, is credited with introducing what now common element of the game to baseball? Common element. Yeah. Yeah. So what do you guys think? Yeah. What do you guys think? Yeah. I guess. All right. Well, let me listen. Sean Jane, thanks for listening today. Matt. Nope. Still going. Still going there, Josh. Still going. But so Josh, thanks. Rob, Matt. I put out the helmet to come on the show. I think Mike tomorrow. I don't know if he can. So everybody have a great day. Sending my love to, I talked to Gumbo Chef today. Sending my love to Z. And also, I didn't say anything to, well, Juju, I have her. Jules lost her grandmother. So sending my best to her. Brandon, thank you so much. Josh, the love. Aaron, Rob, thank you. Guys, listen, we all get up, we all get down. Got to keep moving on, all right? Company of Jace, we out of here. Peace out. Talk to you guys soon. And ladies.